Hello, welcome to Word for the Week, brought to you by Living Hope Christian Fellowship. We bring out new content every week, so if you'd like to be notified of new videos, please subscribe and press the bell icon. This week's word is from Deborah.
Hello. Who would have thought in March that we would still be recording messages in September? But we are, and it looks like we probably will for some time yet. I'd like to read from Isaiah chapter 53, the first few verses in the Revised Standard Version. Who has believed what we have heard, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he grew up before him like a young plant, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no form or comeliness that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and as one from whom men hid their faces. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. Our Saviour is acquainted with grief. I think we need to hear that at the moment, because I think that as a congregation, we too are acquainted with grief. Grief is the response to loss, and amongst us there are many experiences of loss. The manifold losses that come with seeking asylum and being a refugee in a foreign land. The losses that many of us are going through at the moment with the disbanding of the Jesus Fellowship and the closure of the community trust, selling of much-loved community houses, and the end to what for many of us has been our reason to live for many, many years. And there are the losses that have accompanied COVID and the lockdown, the bereavement experienced when a loved one dies, the loss of human contact, financial status, employment. The losses are many. We are a grieving people, but he has borne our griefs. A well-known model of grief recognises 5 stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression and acceptance. I had an email from a friend the other day which said, "I can't believe that there will be no Cornerstone and no Colin and One." Well, hopefully we'll not be losing Colin and One, but I know what she means. The denial can't be happening. Anger can be part of grief. Do you feel angry with this government that has messed up your claim and put a hold on asylum applications? I remember a time in my life when I was facing the loss of 3 people. My mother was terminally ill, one of my closest friends was leaving the church and moving elsewhere, and someone that I had cared for was getting married and moving away. I felt as if I was losing my mother, my sister and my daughter. I went for a walk, and when I had finished raging at God, I cried and cried. Grief can be messy. But if you feel that you're going through a period of grieving, remember this: he is acquainted with grief. Keep close to him. Let him bear your griefs. Find comfort and strength in him. If you are experiencing that blanket of depression, invite him under that blanket with you. He is acquainted with grief. I'm auditioning for next year's Britain's Got Talent, and I'm performing a poem which really is about grief, but it's also about the new dawn that comes and the hope that is on the horizon. That dawn will come for you as well. God bless.